Shalom! Welcome back to Flight Sim. I'm Aviation, and we are here at Nevatim Air Base in Israel with the Heaven aircraft HVN-900, which is their version of the Hermes 900 unmanned aerial vehicle. Now, drones and Flight Sim, weird combination, I realise, but also theoretically kind of fun. Now, obviously, I'm flying in Israel because this is an Israeli drone, and the Hermes 900 is, of course, the star, or the Chochev in Hebrew. I think it's Chochev? Yeah, my Hebrew's rusty. It's a medium-sized, multi-payload, medium-altitude, long-endurance UAV, designed for tactical missions, successor to the 450 drone, and it's one of the most widely used in the world. Now, has over 30 hours of endurance, can fly up to 30,000 feet, primary mission of recon and surveillance with communications relay. It's a wingspan of 15 meters, a weight of 970 kilos, and a payload capacity of 660 pounds or 300 kilos. It can include optical infrared sensors, synthetic aperture radar, ground moving target indication, communication, electronic intelligence, electronic warfare, and hyperspectral sensors. So it's not a armed pew-pew drone. It's very much like the American surveillance models. Now, if you too dreamed in Flight Sim of flying your very own shipping container, you now can too. You absolutely can too. Let's go take a look at this beastie, shall we? And see exactly what we get. Welcome to the shipping container. We're at a fuel box here, so that's going to be a thing. But we are in a shipping container that is ostensibly the inside of the aircraft. We'll look at that in a second. Let's take a look around. So, nice to see candy features, and we've got blade covers there. Danger propeller, which Russians take notice of that one. Yeah, that could be a useful notice there. Maybe we should paint that on the American drones. Danger propeller. Either way, it's actually kind of cool seeing it's got these various little candy features on there. Covers over the camera lenses, which is cool. Pitot covers. Not very, crazy detail on this here, but at the same time, does it have to be? Now, this is going to be about $13, $14 on the marketplace, so quite cheap. Worth a punt is generally my remit when it comes to that kind of price point. $10 to $15, it's worth a crack, And for a novelty, which a drone is, yeah, it's worth a crack. Now, right now, I will say it does not support a separate, camera function, like a stabilized camera function, but that's because this sim itself does not. Now, that'd be great for things like police helicopters, search helicopters, for drones, to have that kind of ability to have a camera that can track separate to your camera viewpoint. Flight Sims kind of always struggled with this, even back in the day, so that'd be a cool function to actually have, and I think it'd be quite nice. So, I think without it, kind of just flying a box. With it, it's fun enough. Right, let's work out where the... There we go. There's the shipping container. Oh, there we go. There we go. So we have our shipping container. We have a little fan. Useful. Fire extinguisher. We have our seats. Oh, I'm coming out of it already. The shipping container is quite confined. Need to be... there we go. Not a lot of space in the shipping container for my head. We'll take a look back inside here. How do we start it up? Well, it's real simple. We turn on our station power for our ground station, because we're not in an aircraft. And what this thing do, then we connect the SATCOM to the individual aircraft we're dealing with, which will bring our systems online. Now, we can turn on and off from our little EFB tools here. Things like chocks, cones, antenna, radar dishes, cameras, engine, date covers. We'll take all the covers off there. We'll go back outside. And by that I mean properly outside. We can fly with a huge antenna on top of it. We're going to keep the antenna on because that'd be fun. The more bubbles and bits, the better. That alliterated. I'm pretty impressed with that one. Either way, let's take off the chocks, cones. No, we'll leave the antenna on. Settings, we have our measurements for altimeter, weight, configurations, camera, gimbal. Oh, we can actually have it rotate. Cool. Show hide ground crew. What's gimbling? Is the camera gimbling down there? I don't know. Is the camera gimbling? Let me put this down here. Let me zoom out here. Oh, the cat's here. I'm here in person, which is weird seeing the inside of my face. Oh, God, I can see my teeth from the inside. That's horrifying. I'm going to turn myself off there. But I'm keeping the cat. Captain Whiskers is keeping me company in my shipping container. Obviously, performance, we can see our fuel levels. We can see equipment, payload. We can set runway details, winds, directions, get our V-speeds if we want them. When do I need those? Fuel valve will be open. Engine start will be engaged. It's that simple, it's a computer. Remember, we're flying a computer, not an aircraft. So, we have our autopilot systems, we have our transponders, we have our radios, all the various functions we would want and need. Speed brakes, flaps, mixtures, throttles, it's all here. So let's knock the parking brake off, and let's try and push back for a start, because we don't want to be dealing with running into a fuel box. Problematic. Flying from a screen is going to be really interesting for me. I've got head tracking on, but I get the impression I'm not going to need it for this flight. It's going to be tricky, but unique. I will give it that. It's definitely a unique first experience I've never tried before. So, right, let's try to get ourselves to the runway here. I tried to ask one of my friends in the IDF for some top secret details on the Hermes. He said to go screw myself. So unfortunately I can't give you any more accurate details on the aircraft. Go screw yourself was in English, not Hebrew. I think he wanted me to truly understand it. I'm a very bad Jew. My Hebrew is very rusty. I thought I'd get points for being Jewish, but no, apparently not. They just don't want to share. Anyway, moving on to the runway here. We're going to set ourselves for takeoff. We've got our flaps enabled. It operates exactly like a real, any other sim aircraft. Here's my head tracking turned on, just to show you how useful it is. I can sit here and I can drink my tea. In fact, I'm going to drink my tea while I'm taking off, because this is the Nevada or any military operating a drone experience anywhere in the world. I'm going to sit here with my cup of tea. My mug got in the way of my sensors for my headset. And we're going to lift off here. Now, I wish there was a way to deaden the sound, like a headset option, like a lot of aircraft have. I think that'd be cool, because the headset option would allow us to basically deaden the sound of being inside a shipping container inside the aircraft. There's our gear, by the way. It's so surreal actually seeing the aircraft here. The one that we're actually inside. Let's go back into the shipping container here. And we'll climb up to altitude. Now you'll notice we have a satellite image up there of what we're currently flying over vertically, which is cool. And we have a FLIR image to our right, which is really neat to have those as little nuances, if you will. The satellite image feed there is pretty cool. Obviously we haven't got a third-party controllable camera, but there's enough screens in here that do stuff that make it interesting. So we'll try and get some altitude here whilst this climbs up. It is, again, very surreal only having a screen to fly off. It's like flying a simulator inside a simulator that's a simulator. I feel like if I could pan that screen, that would be really useful, but I don't really need to, do I? If I'm being honest, let's trim this thing down. It's quite tight on the trim, I will say. Or very sensitive to trim. Current heading is 260, so I'm going to turn my head tracking off because it's actually causing me a problem right now. Try to get this to 260 to match our current heading. Oh, unless I could just do that. I can. Autopilot, heading set to current. Altitude set to current. And we should lock on target and fly straight forwards. Which means when we go outside, we're flying straight forward in our little drone rocket ship. And as we look down, we're overspeeding, so we'll pull that back there. We can look at our various views that give us various options here. This is going to be us flying over what we're looking at right now ahead of us. And of course, there is our... We can move to the right screen there. We can look at our FLIR approach. Obviously, we can't use a actual zooming camera, but what we can do, if we want to be super duper nerds, look at the camera there. It's actually moving. That's quite a neat little animation. The camera's actually turning around. If we want us to be nerds, we can move our, drone camera, and we can go, nee, 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 nee. Look at me, I am a drone camera. Bzzz. Did I move? I moved. Where's the drone? The drone's here. Okay, we can pretend to be a drone camera. It's wonderful. See? We can be a drone camera, we can fix the problem the sim created, and we can give ourselves our own desire to do so. And I'm pretty sure we're flying towards Jerusalem? I might be wrong. I don't think we are. I'm a terrible Jew. I should have ingrained knowledge of Jerusalem, but I don't. Anyway, moving on. Let's get the autopilot off. Right, that's off. Let's turn around and make our way back towards the airbase. We're going to try and touch down with this thing, because, you know, we don't need a hugely long video for this. Honestly, it's a gimmick. It's a really fun gimmick, though. It's a very unique and fun gimmick, I'll give it that. Like, in terms of gimmicks as far as they go, you could do worse. It's a unique and interesting gimmick, and I'm not going to put the head tracking on for this, because it actually feels like it takes away from the experience of being sat in a shipping container. Where I don't really need to look away from the screen, do I? Because it's just a screen. Have I come fully around here? 27, there's the runway. Bang on. Cool. Flew a straight line. Throttle to idle. Speed brake it out a little bit to drop some speed here. Because apparently it wants to be very spicy and slippery, this aircraft. And it will overspeed in level flight. But we'll bring her in nice and easy. So gear will come... I'll wait for the gear. Probably... Well, it's only 125 knots. We're probably fine. Gear can come down. Although it is kind of spindly. Speed brakes can close. Oh, that note dropped a nose there. Gears dropped my nose. Trim, so it's low. Raise the nose. This can be really surreal to land like this. So I'm gonna give it the full actual in my brain noggin. Some power here. I have to remember it's a pusher prop, not a puller. So when I slow down, I'm not getting the same kind of prop push over the wings to provide lift. So I need to be aware of that. Let's go flaps notch 1. I'm going to fly this in onto there. I wonder if I make it nighttime, will the flare screen look just as bright? So we'll make it nighttime. I can't see a darn thing. But I can see everything I need to see over here. Okay, forward look infrared is POG. Can't see a thing out of that one. I'm not going to see this one. I should be able to see the runway lights over there. I really should, shouldn't I? Oh, I can. Just. Do I want to land on flare? No, I don't. I'm going to put the lights back on again. It's cool that the lights inside the cockpit stay the same, actually. Well, relatively. So surreal, I gotta say. So weird. Okay, there's our runway. We'll bring her in. Like I said, for a gimmick, it's actually got a surprisingly large amount of functions and features. You could fly it on VATSIM, and it's very different and unusual and weird and fun. Yeah, for the price you're paying, this is pretty cool. Now, I will say the developer themselves have told me they are working on a number of other aircraft in the near future. These also, this year, will include the LAK Mini LAK, which is a glider. We have the RQ-4B Global Hawk, if you want some Americana in your drone fleet, and the Sukhoi Su-26 MX, for the aerobatic fans amongst you, so that will be kind of cool. Obviously, no real access to real systems. It's a military aircraft, it's restricted, but it does fly fun, and what I believe a drone might fly like, so it's kind of cool in that regard. The physics do feel decent about it, and it's enjoyable, so I think this is a pretty nice job. Now, this, like I said, is available in the marketplace, and when that will be, I'm not sure. Keep your eyes on the marketplace for it, and you'll be able to pick this up for a pretty reasonable price, actually. So, look forward to that. Let's try and land a drone with a camera screen. I should be doing this whilst eating a burger one-handed like a proper American drone pilot at Nellis in Las Vegas. This runway's closed, but I don't care, because I'm not a person. I'm a robot. Meat moop. So you always see the drones blowing up people. You don't ever see them just landing and making a bouncy, derpy touchdown. And you won't see it this time either, because I'm great. And it wasn't that hard. So, the Hermes 900 drone. Yeah, it's actually kind of fun. I'd probably buy this. Good call. Oh, brakes. Turn my head off. It's really just screwing with my head, ironically. yeah, not a bad little aircraft. Would buy. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.